So, you want to build an iron farm, one that'll make sure you never have to mine for iron again? Well, I've built one that's simple but super effective. Let's jump right in before you get bored. This farm is super easy to build. The most important thing, though, is having a really solid cobblestone generator. That's because all your cobblestone eventually turns into gravel and then into iron nuggets or even ingots. So, yeah, the faster your cobblestone generator, the better. For those who don't know what a cobblestone generator is, it's actually really simple. All you have to do is mix water and lava, and boom, you get stone. And if you break that with a pickaxe or something like a drill, you get cobblestone. If you automate it, like with a drill, you've got yourself an automatic cobblestone generator. This cobblestone generator is going to use a lot of energy, so you'll need a solid power source. I'm using a bunch of water wheels for now, but you can also go with other options like steam engines or wind turbines. As you can see, we've got a huge amount of cobblestone coming in. That means the generator is working perfectly, and it also means we're going to be making a ton of iron. I'm going to build the rest of the farm in this direction. I just find it easier that way. But don't worry, you can build it however you like. That's the beauty of the Create mod. You're free to do whatever you want. If you're wondering why we're using belts instead of hoppers, the reason is simple. Belts are just way easier to use in a setup like this. Hoppers have a fixed speed that you can't really change, but belts can move items much faster and you can control the speed. So overall, you've got way more flexibility. The reason I'm using brass funnels instead of regular ones is because of the filtering feature. If you used a regular funnel, it would just pull out the cobblestone. But we only want the gravel to come out, that's why brass funnels are the way to go. As you can probably tell, I absolutely love using belts. But you don't have to, you can totally build this farm vertically instead. That way, you wouldn't even need belts. I just think this looks way more mechanical. And on this channel, we only build mechanical stuff anyway. If you've got an idea for the next video, feel free to drop it in the comments. I mainly focus on mechanical farms, but throw your ideas at me. I might just make a video about it. I also reply to every comment, so if you've got a question, don't hesitate to ask. Now, back to the farm. As you can see, we're producing gravel super fast. It's going so fast, we basically turned it into a cannon. Theoretically, you could just leave it like this and build the rest of the farm wherever the gravel lands. That way, you'd have a more realistic setup. But yeah, your PC probably won't be too happy with all those flying entities everywhere. But I want to keep the farm as compact as possible, so in this case, I'm building a shell around it. This is the last power input we're adding to the farm. You could choose to power all three inputs with just one big generator, but personally, I like using water wheels. They look great, and they're beginner-friendly too. Of course, you could also go with a steam engine if you prefer. We're almost done with the farm. One of the final steps is building the washing station. This is where the gravel gets washed into iron nuggets. Now, it's super simple. Just place a fan and a water source, and you've got yourself a washing station. It's super important to add a filter to this funnel with flint and iron nuggets. Otherwise, the gravel will get picked up right away and won't even get a chance to be washed. By the way, if you've got any suggestions to improve the farm, I'd love to hear them. Maybe you do things differently, or maybe I've made a mistake somewhere. Feel free to let me know. There's always more to learn with the Create mod. In theory, you're pretty much done at this point. As you can see, the farm works perfectly. We generate cobblestone, turn it into gravel, then wash that into iron nuggets. So yeah, you could totally stop here if you want. But I wouldn't really recommend that, unless you've got infinite storage or you actually need a lot of flint. Otherwise, flint is just unnecessary clutter. You can easily get rid of it using a brass chute with a flint filter and some lava. To complete the farm, we're going to turn the iron nuggets into ingots. Most of the time, you'll probably need nuggets anyway, and they're much more efficient for storage. If you leave the farm running for just an hour, you'll easily fill a chest with iron nuggets, but not with iron ingots. You could even take it a step further and turn the iron ingots into iron blocks. I didn't add that in this build since it's the exact same process as converting nuggets to ingots. But let me know if you'd like to see that too. And now the farm is completely finished. Everything works perfectly and you'll be producing tons of iron in no time. This farm is more than enough for me and my friends to build whatever we want on my server. But if you've got a massive project and need even more iron, you can easily expand the farm. It's built to be modular. Just keep in mind that it'll use more power the bigger it gets. I wanted this farm to look more like a proper machine room, so I moved the water wheels. This way, the whole setup looks more compact, and you can even build an actual room inside the farm yourself. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you found it interesting and maybe even a little entertaining. Let me know what you'd like to see next, or if there's anything you think I could improve. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.